and good evening, everyone. So once again, it's really exciting to come and speak to you all and share with you the sip of the day for today. Now, I have a picture in the backdrop, you can see, and no prize for guessing. Why do you think I put that picture?
Because today is Martyrs' Day.
Today is Martyrs' Day. Excellent. Today is the day that we observe Martyrs' Day because it's the day that Mahatma Gandhi passed away and was martyred. But that's not the only reason why I put this picture. This day is also observed because of him. It's observed as a particular day as far as health is concerned. Do you know what that is? When Mahatma Gandhi was working in Sevagram, there were a lot of people with a particular disease who were stigmatized and kept away, and nobody wanted to take care of them. And he looked after his dear friend who had that particular
leprosy.
Leprosy, exactly. Today, 30th of January is also observed as World Leprosy Day. It's also observed as the World Neglected Tropical Disease Day. Now, I usually talk about non-communicable disease, the need to exercise, the need to keep your heart fit and brain fit. But I thought I'll also talk about infectious diseases because that also affects us. And we need to know a lot about this. Leprosy is spoken about a lot. I mean, it's also there in our religious text. Whichever religious text you pick up, it's mentioned over there. And we usually associate leprosy with that disability, the beggars on the street, people who are blind, disfigured face, hands like fingers, digits who have gone. So we think leprosy is that. But you need to understand today that leprosy, that is one of the stages in the spectrum of leprosy. Any hypopigmented patch, if you have a patch on your skin with loss of sensation, that could be leprosy. I repeat this. If you have any patch on your skin with loss of sensation, that could be leprosy. Your face will be perfect, your hands will be perfect, everything could be fine, but a small patch, that's how leprosy is presenting now. It's not gone off. Leprosy still exists. We still do get cases of leprosy. Even in Goa, we get cases of leprosy. We have managed to what we call eliminate leprosy, but we have not completely eradicated leprosy. So it's still there, and one needs to be aware of the fact of how leprosy presents. So I said a very simple patch. Many a times, there are usually happens in places where leprosy affects the nerves. So there is there's some strange ability of people to be able to hold hot objects and not suffer the pain. And they don't realize that this could be a sign of a disease, actually. They feel that, okay, now I can hold the tawa and I can hold a hot kettle with my hand and nothing happens to me. But this could be a sign of disease because your nerves are affected, which is why you don't get the pain. So loss of sensation, loss of movement of your limb, it could be a sign of leprosy. You need to be aware of that. Two, you also need to keep in mind, how do you think leprosy spreads from one person to the other? How does it spread? Take a guess.
From wounds.
From the wounds, but how did it go there?
Touch. If we touch it.
Yeah, so usually people think it's by touch. That's what people think. But leprosy is a disease that gets transmitted through the respiratory tract. It's caused by a bacterium, Mycobacterium leprae. Just like tuberculosis, Mycobacterium tuberculosis causes tuberculosis. Mycobacterium leprae causes leprosy, and it is transmitted through the respiratory tract. So if you sneeze and you cough, then somebody else will breathe the leprosy bacilli, and that person may end up getting leprosy. So this is something that many people don't know. Is there a cure for this disease, or it's like only you need to take care and wait for the person to whatever, Is there a cure for the disease? Yes. So that's what you need to know. There is a cure for the disease. Unlike even dementia, where there is no cure, in leprosy, there is a cure for this disease. You have to take the treatment. It's a long treatment for a year. But you have to take that treatment. Treatment is available free of cost in your centers. So this is what you need to keep in mind when you're talking about leprosy and raising awareness about leprosy. Leprosy is not gone. Leprosy is there. People with leprosy need to be cared for. Those people with leprosy and all those disabilities, are they infectious? Can they transmit the disease to other people? Those beggars on the street sometimes who have leprosy, they're blind and they're begging. Do you think they're infectious?
I don't think so. No, I don't.
No, they're not infectious. They've already got that disability, and the disability is there to stay. Unfortunately, because they didn't take the treatment on time, they ended up getting that disability. But they are not infectious. Okay, so that's something you need to keep in mind. Don't get scared of them. They can be taken care. You need to take care of them. You need to care for their wounds because they don't have sensation. The wounds keep on increasing and they need care. You know what Mother Teresa did. Something that I would want to end this sip by a quote, and I put it up there, and this is something that Maridel also mentioned, is what Mahatma Gandhi mentioned. And that's the theme for this year, actually, for you, all of you. They need to be the change. You need to make the small steps to bring about this change. Be the change that you would want to see in the world. And something that Beena sent, I think today, it was a quote from Buddha. And Gautama Buddha once mentioned this, and he said that change is not painful, but the resistance to change is what causes the pain. So that's very, very interesting. All of you should keep this in mind. So change is not painful. You need to be the change. Change is fun, actually. You want to change things, you want to do things better. But the resistance to change is sometimes that actually puts you down. So keep that in mind, and that's the sip for the day today.